This is just unacceptable at this point in time.
Angie, this episode, had a comedy of errors.
It is a complete and utter, in the words of my friend Johnny, abomination.
The good news is she saw the comedy in her errors.
What's the biggest change in Angie's work this episode?
You're happy.
Smiling.
Yeah, I feel better about it. I'm a go-getter.
Brian's next.
How's it going, sir?
Oh, I'm okay.
His toilet seat isn't.
Uh-oh.
Do you what are you breaking
That wasn't
now?
good. This just broke, so I sat on it.
Right now, this is garbage.
Okay.
His vanity is not much better.
When you installed the top, you installed it crookedly, and you can see...
Oh, it moves.
Eric's barrel isn't installed properly either.
You need to attach it to the wall before it kills the kid that'll be staying in here.
And what is hooked up is backwards.
This is backward?
Your faucet's on backwards. See, the C is also backwards.
But Eric's biggest problem this episode was his temper.
You have a real issue with that. You really got to get it together.
Yeah, I gotta admit, you were right.
At the end of the next episode, we're gonna name Canada's worst handyman. Who's the worst in this episode?
Eric.
Boy, that was a lot of deliberation there, hey?
Stinky attitude. He acts like a 2-year-old when he gets flustered.
Who do you got?
Well, Johnny's vanity is nowhere near completed. It isn't put together properly. His toilet seat is totally useless. I consider his work poor, if not completely a failure.
Gail thinks Eric's dangerous freakout was worse than Johnny's combined failures.
It was completely out of line, and I think that Eric needs to be the worst so that he is brought down a level.
That sounds like a personal issue you have. You want him brought down a level?
These temper tantrums have to be addressed, and it's by naming him the worst.
I have a problem with that because his work is not perfect, but it's improving.
No one is happy because it's time to name this episode's worst.
But before we do that, let's talk about the most improved. And the most improved for this episode is the person who went through a major attitude change in this show. And that person is Angie.
Hey.
Angie used to get stressed out by mistakes.
Here, you do it.
But this episode, she smiled her way to the Golden Hard Hat, which makes her foreman of the next group challenge.
Kiss of death.
It's not the kiss of death. Johnny did really well today.
Right.
As foreman. Congratulations. And that brings us to the worst for this episode. And that person also went through a major attitude adjustment, except that person's attitude went down the toilet. And with it went the quality of this person's work. So, qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans la toilette seat?
I don't know.
You don't even disagree with this, do you?
I'm not even arguing with you with that one.
And what do you do now, sir?
I gotta hang my head in shame.
Eric needs to start talking about his biggest problem as a handyman, his temper, which causes him to quit.
All right, everybody else can go away. Eric and I and one other very important person are gonna stick around. Michelle, I'm talking about you. Sleep tight, and remember, you're gonna have to do a little bit better, because one of you is gonna be named Canada's worst handyman. Good night.
Bye, guys.
For his final lesson, Eric must acknowledge the home projects he's stopped and refuses to talk about.
I'm sorry I'm not getting a table done at home. I didn't think you were right, and I was right, and you were right, but then I should have acknowledged that you were right. You know what I mean? I'm sorry for not finishing the patio properly. I'm sorry I didn't fix the front door because of my attitude. I'm sorry I didn't fix your kitchen like you wanted for Christmas because of my attitude.
I understand. I love you.